I need to have my voice on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curse of the Torment. Tonight we're playing the mod Curse of Strahd, but changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG. Everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps encore. We shall see. But with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Daphne, I Crave Violence, and Malachim Social Play by Suku, who will arrive a little bit late, so have some patience. But next we have Leonard, I'm being stalked, and I don't like it, or half of a duelist played by Pepper. Hello, Olga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solo the Bastani, a Tiefling Bard, played by the Solo the Party. Hello, Hester.
Hello.
Hey. And Styrax, who is slightly more stable. Our Tiefling Elemental is played by Neo. Hi. Every time, it gets me.
It never gets old, man.
No, it does not. Alright. So, Neo, or Pepper, who wants to do the intro? What happened last time?
I'll do it. It's been a long time and it missed the last one.
I forgot his name, the one with the violin, so apologies. I tried to look at the act.
Colvin.
Yeah. But I put him in there, so no worries.
Okay.
So pretty much the session started having Mariella, the name Blue, finding her unconscious on the floor in the abbey. We don't know why. So we proceeded to check on her, seeing that she got some bludgeoning damage. So we guessed that she got unconscious and brought here. And she told us that the Martikops were forced to move away from the vineyard, betrayal from Elvir, that now leads a giant tree that Styrax wants to burn.
Anyone can deal with it. It's
True.
We also knew that the Elvir arrived with the giant tree and the army of the forest folk. And pretty much wanting the Martikops to submit to Stradania. Then we also discovered that the Martikops ran to the Blue Water Inn. And pretty much after that, she asked Mariella asked for some rest. So the party proceeded to check around the places, causing what could be considered genocide. I don't know at this point.
well, they were all in pain, you know.
Oh well. But then moving forward, the party found themselves on. I think it was where Rasius was at first, when we met him at first. And found Clovin there with the viola. And he was at first scared, and they tried to talk about it. But also the party found another flash golem. But this time was even worse than the other.
Not as well made and unable to move.
And then just realizing of everything and causing so much death, Sol went to the cellar, of course, and found his new sons and a magic scroll.
Roberto, Garcia, Leonardo.
Oh, wait, yeah, on Spanish. Roberto, Garcia y Leonardo.
Perfect. Yes, indeed. And you guys decided to give mercy to the 4 chimeras that seemed more stable and talkative than the rest, which was the lizard lady who ran away, Cloven, and Otto. No, 3. There are 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, who did I forget?
Who's the 4th one? But all other experiments of the abbot is now gone. And souls in your pockets. Woo!
Yay, finally.
Ready for Gamble.
Let's hope we don't have any more ghost houses.
Nice. Alright, let's get back into it, shall we? A storm of emotions and a macabre sense of duty has so far pushed you far into the night, beyond the excitement and the adrenaline. But all storms eventually relents, and so as you drag yourself back through your trail of blood into that abandoned room in the far corner of Abbey of St. Markovia, exhaustion and sleepiness crashes into you. Mariella is still there, now huddled up into a corner with a thin blanket around her from her mangled pack, half lucid. She stirs a bit at your arrival, but as she sees that you're busy setting up your bedrolls, she slips back into her blissful sleep. Sol arrives a little bit later, showing off his new trio of named wine bottles. But even that might not rouse you out of your fatigue and your heavy thoughts. Daphne herself props herself up against the far stone wall and starts to quietly clean her equipment, cleaning off all the blood splatter on herself and on the axe, and begins to sharpen it in intense silence. So, you tell me the rest of my party in the blues. As camp duties are finished, what do you want to do?
I think you've placed Leo perfectly. He has
Haha, yes!
but to clarify that he's definitely keeping his distance. He he just generally seems not as inviting as he usually is. But he does like look over after everything is finished. I assume we don't need to set up any watches.
We might have clear everything, but I still not trusting this place.
There might be one just walk in random. Go ahead.
All right.
But I also know that you need some sleep, and I don't know if Arius will be willing to take a watch.
Whenever you would need from me, I could, if you would want to, spend some time to ritually set up an alarm spell. Perhaps that could suffice.
That would be handy.
That will be actually very nice.
It's been very handy to stay out of danger whilst you're asleep. And Arius starts like busying himself, and he puts it mainly like outside of the door, seeing as there is only one entrance, and then over to the kind of like the window area. But it's gonna take some time, so he's gonna be busy.
Yeah. As Aries does that, I will go towards Styrax, and I'll bring out the champagne with a spell scroll on it, and bring out the spell scroll out, and say, "Hey, you can use this to relax. I found it underneath the cellar."
What?
Yeah, it's a spell scroll. But and
I know, but what did you say before?
I found it in the cellar.
After that?
After what?
For me to relax?
Yeah. You can take your time on it.
Just give me the scroll.
There you go.
And Cyrus will take a look at the scroll.
Okay. Sure. Make me an occult intelligence, please.
I'm actually very good at those.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed? 23.
23. You recognize that from just a glance on the of the Coptic runes and the arcane patterns that this is a conjuration spell of pretty high complexity. But you don't know this spell. You don't have it yourself, or so you don't know what it is. But at least that you can glance.
Oh, this actually got my curiosity.
Good to know.
And
And-
Cyrus will proceed to use Identify as a ritual.
After that, Soul's just gonna sit down on the campfire. Just, stoke the flame a bit, keep it alive.
All right. All right, so we're just gonna wait for the identify spell.
Yeah. Alpha's not here, Leo's not very inviting.
Yeah, I think
I think it will be the quietest 10 minutes of the entire campaign.
I can't do soul shenanigans now. I'm sad.
oh,
Oh, so maybe you sip a little bit of the wine, maybe.
I just crack open Roberto and pour one out slowly. And then oh.
Never drink alone. It's just sad. Okay.
It's not the
Yeah, you will just you will just go to sleep, but with his weapon at the ready. It's more uncomfortable, but it feels better for him right now.
Arius kind of finish before Styrax, and he sits down with a bit of an awkward cough. Kind of notices the temperature in the room, and it's pretty terse right now. There's a lot to think about, a lot of heavy stuff, and a lot of trepidation of what the future holds. Styrax, that might have been the most calmest identify spell you ever done with this party. You were distracted once. And you discover a spell that you have never seen you've never seen before, never heard anybody talk about in the academy, and never seen in one of their spell books, which is Hero's Feast.
Oh, here.
Oh.
That's pretty fucking good. That gonna.
At first you can see Styrax almost finished, and she just gets her head up and just looks around, and just mumbles to herself, "Damn, this was quiet." And immediately just stands up, goes next to Arius, and just shows him the the scroll and the yeah, this. So I never heard of this, and neither documentation and neither academics, no one heard from this.
Really? Yes, I can see from some of the expressions here that it's not immediately familiar to me. Please tell me, what does it do?
I need to remember what does it do. I know it's very good.
Okay.
I know it's very
because why I say this is because Hero's Feast doesn't exist in my spell list.
good.
So I need to change the wording of it. So it's instead of 30 feet, it's 6 meters, of course, and there's no component cost to it. The souls is basically baked into the spell scroll itself, and is consumed when you cast a spell. And it brings forth a great feast with magnificent food and drink. And it takes an hour to consume, disappears at the end of that time, and the beneficial effects sets in after that hour is over, and up to 12 creatures can partake in it. And you gain several benefits. You cure from all diseases and poison. You become immune to poison and being frightened. And you can make all soul saving throws with advantage. Its health point maximum also increases by 2d10. And you also gain the same number of health points. And you have these benefits for 24 hours.
Oh, so kind of like this in the base version. I see.
What the fuck,
And you
man?
can like write it into your spellbook, right? Although you need some souls from soul first.
Oh yeah, that's here.
I will need some souls. Yes.
Here you go.
And
Thanks.
you're high enough level, so yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what level is it in Frostmark? Did you change it, or is it still 6th level?
The spellbook feature has changed. It's not the same. Fuck, I need to go.
You have to use a certain amount of like a level
Yes.
spells
I
level
think
of
that's still the same.
potency, yeah. 2 hours per level of the spell and consumes soul potency equal to the level of the spell to copy it down.
There you go. There you go.
So it's quite a long process, but
And it's
Yes.
also soul consumption, so it
Yeah,
is.
it's 6th level though.
really, your feat is 6 level.
Here's a fist is 6th levels
Yeah.
in
Shit.
5e.
And costs six potency whenever you cast it.
mm-hmm.
Shit.
Wait,
Whenever you
consumption is
can-
difficult.
you can-
whenever you
Wait.
cast it, to learn it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I don't have spells.
So it's very actually convenient that it's a spell scroll because
Yeah.
it's already paid.
Mhm.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
You need to be able to cast this one though. I think according to the rules, you need to have a spell on your spell list of the Conjuration School. I'm pretty certain.
We need to have conjuration.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Let me see.
Oh.
Magical items, cost, identify, attunement,
Do.
curses.
I don't have a conjuration spell.
I know
Conjure
one.
something
I have a conjuration spell.
Yeah, and definitely has because she has all the cantrips.
That's true. The lady of the cantrips.
Yes. Yeah, so maybe we can like think about, or you guys can think about how to divide up the half souls and the 1 potency soul that we have. But that might be something we can like, talk about, think about, and use some time. Because it costs like 10 minutes to convert.
How
Yeah.
many?
Yeah, we have 18 half souls and 1 potency 1 soul. I definitely would give the 1 potency 1 soul to
Star.
Styrex, yeah.
It's one level 1, right?
Yeah, 1 level 1 and then
And then
Probably just
18
6.
halves.
Yeah, just
18
666. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
So each
But
gets 6
we
halves.
also wait 666 with who? Me,
Well,
Sol,
Daphne.
Iris also I think needs.
Oh, that's
so-
fair
Mhm.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
yeah.
actually, let me check my character here real quick.
I mean, I think
Irius-
Soul has plenty of souls still, so maybe we can.
I have 3 souls left. That's the thing.
Okay, still, yeah, then okay, never mind. Then you should get 6.
But I do have 1 fragment.
I think I might have removed
Ah,
that
one-
rule
one-
in Frostmark, so there might be no rule for that. So that's okay.
Okay.
And you use the DV of the scroll, which is linked to its rarity. Yeah.
As
But,
Iri is looking on souls, I guess you need some stuff also, right?
Yes, Irius informs you all that he is, which Neo can confirm with me. He lacks all souls of potency 1 right now. He has one soul of potency 2 and one soul of potency 3, so he just have 2 souls.
I have a quarter souls, so I can give like 1 or 2. Sorry, 4, 2 to 4 half souls, if needed.
Yeah, and I think Daphne also took
The Razio Soul.
Razio's soul, so
Mhm.
we even
Yes.
can do something of that. So we'll give 3 half to Daphne, and then let's do 4
So-
halves to Irius. So he has basically 2 potency 1 souls, and then
No,
5 to soul.
For 2 potency
and
1s, we'll need 6.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to make them into potency 1. He can
Right.
just use them for spell level 1 and for
So
open.
you want to give soul 5, open 5 pots.
Actually, unless how high can like Irius cast actually? So maybe he needs actually.
He can up to level 7.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe he should get the potency 1 soul, and you should get the half souls because you can
Yeah.
cast up to level 4 without.
Yeah, and my max is level 4.
Yeah, so we should give him the potency 1 then, I suppose.
All right. So Irius gets the one pot, and how many halves?
I will say you give him 3, so he can cast levels from 1 to 4 easily as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will be.
So currently you have done that. So 5 to soul. So 13. So 10.
Those to Styrex. 5 to Styrex.
Yeah,
to
6 to
Styrex?
Styrex. 6 to Styrex, I
Styrex.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
Styrex.
think then I was giving 4 to Irius, so we'll see if the soul just gets 6. But because I think Irius, I guess if he needs to make another, yeah. So
yeah.
this is we have I think 4 more that we could
you
give.
have 4 more. So maybe then to Daphne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
can
think
just,
Daphne will be nice there.
just make a ladder. 3, 4, 5, 6
Yeah,
for our
for sure.
spellcasters. And I get 18 half point souls.
All right, so like that.
Yep.
It's sad that we don't have Suko with us right now to tell us what she thinks we should do with the potency 3 from Rasius. If she would wish to carry that or give it to somebody else, but
I think.
Yeah, she can do that on a later moment.
I mean, right now it makes sense that
She can keep it
Daphne
for now.
has it for now because there's probably lamenting feelings,
yeah, for sure.
so it's fine.
All right, so then it's done.
Oh, I get 5 hassles. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hot
you, thank
damn!
you.
Huh?
Thank you so
Damn.
much. I was willing to part more than I thought. Yeah.
And I'm editing Aria's sheet. There we go.
Yeah, now you just can think about if he needs another potency 1 soul for his spells.
Okay,
which I guess-
the 3.
Because I think if he has 2 and 3, he can only he can't cast like a 6th level spell right now. So he probably won.
He can exactly cast his chain lightning of 6th level by.
No, because he can't use half souls, right? Right.
Sure, but he got the 1 potency 1.
Oh, okay, so that's enough.
And he has a potency 2 soul, and then he has a potency 3 soul.
Ah, okay, nice.
So-
So I guess for his 7th level, he would need it to make into a potency 1.
But
Okay.
his 7th level, the only one that he has, he explains to you through all of this, is Magnificent Mansion. and that is not
Okay.
something that he wishes to cast anytime soon. And it's also
Fair.
self-consumption to cast.
Oh, fair. Jeez.
So it's more like if he wants to upcast Chain Lightning
Mhm.
to level 7.
Mhm.
Or Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt! Lightning Bolt! Sorry. An old meme.
Oh, I have this. Oh.
Does anyone want to spend some time combining?
Oh, most definitely.
Alright.
Well, do you actually? So, like, if you don't have high-level spell slots, it doesn't make any sense to combine. Just saying, you know, like.
I have 3 so I have second level spells now. 3 on of 3 potency 1 souls.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you
thing.
can like use half souls up to level 3. So
Yes.
for all your spells, you can use half souls without any problem. So you would just lose some potency by combining them. So it only makes sense if you have to cast high level spells where you can't use
Yeah.
half soul. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Potency
Okay.
values of 1 and above cannot have fractions. A cantrip only requires half a potency to be successfully cast, but soul fragments cannot be used to cast spells of all levels. 0.25 soul fragments can be used to cast spells of level up to level 1, but not level 2 and above.
And then yeah, Starbucks will actually, if you combine 3 of them into 1.
Alright. And then have... Yeah, but that's 0.25. If you
Yeah.
have 0.5, it's up to level 3.
Yeah, so you don't have to combine for up to. I guess it's kind of scary if you cast your 4th level spell. But I mean, if you only have 1 and you lose a soul, you can't cast a 4th level spell anyway until you take a long rest. So
No,
So you don't
yeah,
have
but
to worry.
still, I think we'll prefer to have that and still
Yeah,
have
yeah,
another
I get
3
it.
fragments, just in
I
case.
get it.
Just in case I kinda, instead of throwing a fireball, I want to upcast any of the other spells.
That's fair. It makes sense.
Oh, okay. So I need a 1.5 potency to turn it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So only I think the only quarter fragment is a little bit iffy for you, but the other ones I would keep it for now, unless you have few souls like Styrex where like one fail can be like a little bit annoying. But I think with 3 potency ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that means I can fail 3 times on
Yeah.
level 1 spell and fail once on my level 2 spell.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah, but
use your 0.25s here to turn 0.25s and 0.5s into potency 1.
Yeah, I don't think he has enough quarter souls. He only has 1 quarter soul, right?
How many quarter souls do you
No,
have?
4. 4.
So,
They should be combined actually. Yeah.
Yes,
You
take,
should.
Yeah.
take 4 0.25s plus 1
Yeah, half,
0.5
yeah.
Plus
and turn
yeah.
that into 1 pot.
For sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was the
I see. I didn't
that
know
was what
you
I was
had-
trying to do.
Yeah, I didn't know you had so many quarter souls out of nowhere.
That's been there since
The wolves.
session
The wolves, right?
20.
Yep.
That's been there since session 20.
Right?
Me-
Isn't
Wow,
it
nice.
wolves?
Meanwhile, I was crying every time I lost a soul.
But isn't like what has yielded you 0.25 souls? I mean, it's just been the wolves, right? Oh yeah, from the chase. Because you face wolves twice and won.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's been there.
All right, but okay, definitely do that. Then you have 4 0.5s left, and an
Yeah.
extra
Yeah,
one.
which
4
is
half
perfect.
souls.
Which is perfect actually.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
It's probably really good.
And also you can lose a bunch more times because you have to remember you do have the half souls you can use, so you can fail like second spell slots 3 times before you can't cast anymore.
True. But remember, it's a
and-
random check to see which one, you lose. So,
Yeah, but the better is if you lose. I guess it doesn't matter right now because if you lose a half soul, it's the same result basically as losing a full soul
True.
because you have an even number of half souls.
Okay. So you basically spend about an hour tonight, like transferring all of these souls, discussing who should have what, and combining.
I'm sleeping.
Leo goes to sleep before that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to
Yeah,
have
that
this
makes
full
sense.
conversation with them.
Makes sense. Mira is asleep. Daphne, after getting hers, also goes to sleep. So that actually means for Arius, Tarax, and Sol, you're up to about 3 in the morning doing this.
Yeah, combining stuff.
But eventually, exhaustion takes you.
It's gonna be a good sleep.
I wish for once we could have a moment to talk. You and me, It's been quite a long time, but this land doesn't give us a break, and I think I will take it as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I know, it's intense. It was intense for me as well.
We shall try whenever we have a moment.
The thing is, right now, I don't think I can even give our conversation the justice it deserves, because I'm just that tired.
And I know our conversations are gonna be long hours.
I
That
think
tends to happen, certainly.
there's been plenty of time, and in the meantime, your book has been so useful. I must say, it's your note-taking is still immaculate.
Oh, just got it with nothing.
You learn from the best.
I've been doing this my entire. I was going to say my entire life, but it wasn't my entire life since I have memory.
I have skipped over a certain chapter in your book, detailing what you learned. From drinking from that strange pool. Because I feel like I want to hear it from you, if that's alright.
That is all right, and I'll be happy to tell you everything.
Good. One day when we have the time to sit down, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps in a week, perhaps in a month, I would really want to sit down and have that conversation with you. I'm excited to learn about where you come from.
In that case, you have a deal. And Styrax just like extends her hand waiting for a handshake.
He gives you a toothy smile and shakes your hand.
Good. But now, I think I'm going to rest. Good night.
Good night. And
And pop.
Arius nods towards Saul as Saul, you're like doing that final transmuting of the souls into a whole, and Arius also snuggles up in a corner.
Yeah.
And they're all
So
asleep.
we'll just spend a little bit more time in the campfire, and then heads to a corner. He has a wall entirely to himself.
I think it would be a
Which-
little bit hard to sleep up the wall, but if I place you right there, that's better.
Yeah. Apparently, Roll20 was not kind with me with that. But yeah. Yeah. Soul will then starts heading to sleep.
Alright. How long do you guys wish to sleep tonight?
A long rest long?
Yeah.
You can go for 6 hours, but that means that if you go too hard tomorrow, it might cause.
I think we go 8 hours. I mean,
Yeah,
Mariella was clear on that we have some time before the tree guy comes over.
true, very true.
Yeah.
So, let's say 3 in the morning for the worst of you, plus 8, so that's 11. Okay. The night turns out to be uneventful. It's
Yay.
silence echoes in stone halls once adored, and your sleep is thankfully undisturbed. Morning comes and goes, and one after the other. Probably Leo a little bit earlier than the rest of you. Daphne seems to sleep in a little bit. You come awake to some time before lunch, before the zenith of light. Yes, let's do that. Remember, there was an aid cast.
Yeah, regain and roll.
Oh, aid has been cast indeed.
So that's gone.
Yeah, but I didn't have it, so everyone else had it.
True.
What was 57 minus 5? Yes.
And
So 52.
you
Did you cast on
regain.
yourself?
No, did you?
No.
No, I think somebody was
think you
in
did.
range, so you had to cast it yourself.
Isn't it like preemptively?
Oh
kind of?
yeah, no. Oh, actually, I thought I cast it on myself. My bad.
Okay.
It's
I
only
think it-
just Styrex, Iris, and Daphne.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
And you regain half your HD.
Round up, right?
Rounded up, smallest to biggest.
Oh, smallest first, then big.
Mm.
Okay. Good.
And you gain, regain, and then have to roll, right?
Yes.
So I did everything correct. Nice. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh, wait, why are you rolling a
Oh wait,
20?
wait. What d20? It's a d10. What the fuck?
I mean,
am
it's a
talking
cool
about?
hit dice, a d20. That would be impressive.
I know.
You remember that?
Oh,
Is it the same rule with like health regeneration?
oh my fucking
Always
god.
No.
You know what? I'm not gonna gamble. I'm not gonna even fucking gamble. I'm just gonna like be content that I spent 2d10s. I'm gonna be here with my 5d8s. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Daphne
yeah.
smiles in her sleep in her St. Markovia armor.
She'll roll later, I assume.
Yeah. I don't even know how many HP she's
She
missing.
was. I think she got hit pretty hard also. I actually didn't get hit basically at all.
Fuck.
Yeah, well.
Outside of being absolutely tortured beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
All right, I get my vitality on it. I forgot.
You know
Wait,
what?
is it in that already? No, it's already in there in my dice. Okay, I already. Yeah.
Pepper,
It was a 3
Pepper,
I rolled, of course, instead of a 5.
Pepper,
Of course.
Sad.
Pepper, don't worry. I got all your bad luck. That means
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
yeah,
roll well.
my yeah. That's
I
good.
got you, man. I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
We all gotta believe in Adrian Swish.
Okay. Yeah, so eventually Irius, Cyrex, Soul join by the campfire. Leo, you're up first before anybody else for like half an hour or so. do you just hit the snooze button or anything you do?
I think Leo will be going like through his stuff that he has and kind of start throwing stuff away he doesn't need anymore. Like usually he was holding on to a lot of stuff, but he just kind of gets rid of just unnecessary stuff that he doesn't feel like he needs. And there's just a few items where it's like he like fights moment, but he, with the good sleep, he has gotten a bit more of, you know, not letting his anger take him too far. So stuff like his letter and like other like stuff that he might have like had some value to him, he doesn't like throw it just away. So yeah, but that's kind of what he's doing for the time. And
Do you just place it in a corner? Do you throw it out the window?
I mean, that's a broken window, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm pointing out.
Okay.
Nice. I don't know how, if Muriela is like early awake also.
She looks like she has more color on her cheeks, and she stirs a little bit, but she's not awake yet.
Okay. And after that, I'm just kind of packing my stuff, be ready, just like waiting for them to wake up.
Sometime after they do, Sol, Area Starex, you kind of enjoy a little bit of a breakfast through your rations by the fire. Muriela awakes to the smell of food, and she kind of like huddles over her blanket around her shoulders, and she sits down with her knees kind of high up in front of her, and still like the blanket. She's like hugging it to herself, so only her upper nose and eyes can be seen above it. And she just sits there and stares into the fire and mumbles, Good morning.
Good
morning.
Soul has a splitting headache.
It's haven't really left me, but it's a little bit easier to deal with after no rest.
I'm sorry it will be gone soon. Just make sure to eat a little bit. And Styrax offers borrowed food.
Thank you. I flew in such a haste. I forgot to take food with me. I had some berries when I was in Ravenform on my way, but it's not really that feeling. And don't worry about this. And she points towards her head. I think you're going to have bigger problems than that.
If it is a tree, I think you already felt it. I think you already saw me. It's still a tree, still wood.
Well, you've done miracles in the past, isn't it so, Saint?
Yeah, I'm also ready to stab the giant tree with my rapier.
Oh god. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, you're from.
Leo, you scared me.
Good.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Are you feeling a little bit better?
I would say so. Not like this place ever makes you feel any good.
This place
Boreas
is
knows that.
Yeah. But nevertheless, it feels nice that there's no more cries of pain echoing in the halls anymore.
So, Mariella, what's your plan? Heading back to the Blue Inn or Wood Inn or?
The Marticos are in a bit of a crisis mode right now. I don't know if I would be welcomed, as seeing as I'm not part of the family.
Only part of our family if you want to stay by us. Just stay safe. Don't run into more storms.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
would
agree.
be nice. I don't want to. That was horrible. I don't know if that's such a good idea. I fear that. Okay, what the fuck? If I'm going to die, I fear that bitch is gonna come for me. So maybe it's not a good idea that I'm with you. Maybe I should just fly away, remain in raven form for a while, and just hide. I don't know.
Now that she knows everything about you,
I think you're safest near me, to be honest.
Mm.
But I mean, I understand. I understand you wanting to lie away from all this. It's a very sensible thing, a very smart thing to do. But if you think you can do it, then
Listen, I'm not good for much, and now when we have been revealed, I don't know if I could be useful to you to repay, right?
you've been useful to us in the past, plenty, without any payment from us.
You should have been more shrewd, honestly.
well, you offer knowledge of what we didn't know.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Did I scare you?
I was like staring intently on the screen and then hey.
And still, even if they know, could be useful as a scout.
I agree. You're well suited to fly ahead and see the gist of it. You have a higher chance to not get caught.
I think you can also, like, tell other ravens what to do, right? Talk with them in some form.
They're strangely helpful when you know how to speak with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
And
they can make distractions, they can get things away that we need to get away.
I agree. And honestly, now at this time, we need as much allies as we need.
Well, you think I can help? I guess I'm just scared that I would invite more trouble.
I don't think you can invite more trouble.
What do you define by trouble? We are the definition of trouble.
True.
True.
We are all connected to this land in some way or another.
Yeah,
Believe
I'm
it or
just
not,
saying that what if the bitch comes to you all and say, give me her, or I will do something horrible that only I know how to be perfectly cruel in ways.
Well, then I'll say no.
Already telling you, she wants him and points at Leo.
we could just simply fake ignorance. Honestly, that has worked before.
I don't really think we need that.
I think before you, I think she will go looking for any of us.
Well, And there's Elver.
You mean the guy that's coming with the giant tree?
Yes, if he knows I'm still here, he would want to capture me. Because I think he would believe that I would know where the thing is. And he wants
The
to
raven
take
statue.
The statue. Oh.
Yes, obviously.
You're not supposed to know that, but yes.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I don't see how you being in Kresk is something he can know, unless, I don't know, there's some sort of telepathic connection or something.
Yeah. Is there factions within the Ravens now?
Or maybe he's not really looking to take her, but take control of Kresk.
There are some ravens that have switched sides, yes. You know, friends of Elver. Yeah, you get closer to some ravens than others when you work with them, and there are some ravens that favor certain members of the Martikov family, even some to me.
Well, I can say that we already have someone that's running from the Countess also, and who we need to keep hidden, so I think it's honestly what's one more.
Irius waves a little bit awkwardly.
So we'll just get you like a nice cloak, and maybe, you just, I don't think ravens are that
Well,
amazing at spotting you.
Eyes doesn't
We could-
hurt
we
me
could
as
build a
much. I
nest.
think I recognize you. I saw you in the village of Barovia. You're that crazy dwarf wizard who tried to take an army of peasants to Throdania's front door. Are you not? Yes, I think that's me. I had no idea that Raven people existed. Yes, obviously I failed. Yeah, you disappeared, and then there were some strange rumors. I started to put two and two together, but we kinda thought you were just another casualty and not that important of all the people that entered through the mists, so I'm sorry.
I feel like
It's okay.
no one outside of us could have really gotten her back. Or outside of her, mainly. Not Pontus Starix.
Yeah, but I was very much deep in myself, in some cursed magic, I presume. Fascinating. You will have to tell me more about that later. But I mean, to be honest, yes, I would love to not be alone right now, because it's I'm not feeling so good right now. So if you think that I could be useful to you all and not a burden.
You're never a burden. Weird.
Well, you need to look out
If
for
I'm
yourself.
if I'm still here, that means you can still easily be joining us.
What? I'm not as cool as any of you.
And I'm not as
Stefania
cool
and
as any of
Darius
them.
is even not as cool as any of you, and I'm not even cool as them. Like, all I can do is turn into a raven and talk as it and fly. That's all I can do.
And still you were the one that gave us most of the information we needed.
By
Better
breaking
than me,
rules
for sure.
that I shouldn't have done.
You broke the rules. We didn't understand you either, so still, even though it was a bargain system between more information between us and you, still was very useful information.
But it's definitely not to be ignored that you'll have to look out for yourself if you want not to be a burden. Alright? Not being a burden doesn't mean doing something stupid. It means to look out for yourself so we don't have to look out for you, okay?
Okay.
And I think you can do that. I just also know that you sometimes tend to be rash, so
No. Whenever I ever been... Yes, I know. I will be careful.
good. Then I think you would be no burden to us. Anyway, I think we have to tell the town of Kresk that Razis is no more, and maybe that I can get some chicken from here. And let's think about, like, I don't know if you can send some ravens or have some ravens already looking where the tree is. Because that would be useful information to know how far away he is.
I can try searching for one in the vicinity. I mean, I was sent alone. Most of the ravens were sent with the Martikovs heading east to Valaki to protect them.
I mean, I feel like we'll deal with the tree either way, no matter if it's going for you or for something else. So I think it doesn't really matter if he knows that you're here or not. If anyone can deal with a giant tree, it's probably Styrex, so I think we're pretty good on dealing with that.
Alright.
So yeah, if you can find a raven, then it would be good to know the location of the tree, how far away it is.
I would try.
Anything more you saw of this tree? Like any of its capabilities? Was it like carrying like these nature people, or like is it even connected to like Bryn and her people at all, or?
Now that I've calmed down a bit and my head isn't hurting as much, let me retell the story. So, you guys left on that afternoon, early afternoon, when you sat down to talk to Master Davian with that vampire spawn. Everything was quiet for that day and the day after. Now in hindsight, I could say that Oliver isolated himself quite a lot during these hours when we needed like time to clean and clear out all the debris of the vineyard. He was not really that helpful. And then in the night he must have gone, because by morning he was nowhere. The day after, and then everything was calm for another 2 days, and then the 24th of Terek, the ravens reported some kind of disturbance in the South Forest, heading for us. A lot of movement and a tree walking. We evacuated the vineyard once again, went back to the hill, and over the horizon, over the other trees, we saw this hulking thing approach. A tree without leaves, yet somehow alive and moving. The ravens reported to us a large amount. They're not really able to count. Ravens are not that smart, but more than the Martikovs at least, of both these forest folk warriors and spellcasters. as well as more of those plant creatures stationed around the tree, who kind of stopped somewhere far away from the vineyard, basically in the tree line before the vineyard starts from the south. They reported also a woman where there was a cold air around her, and she had almost white hair, and we recognized it as Rin, the night apostle. Elver came up alone towards the hill, and Davia went to talk to him. Most of us took Raven form to listen in on the conversation and be elusive, hiding among the other ravens, whilst Stefani and Dag and all the children stayed behind up on the hill. And Davian was of course furious in his normal ways. It can be quite scary if he's angry at you. And Elver came with a staff in his hands, and he looked a little bit sickly. And he informed Davy and all of us that the forest folk knows our secret. And when they completed creating that tree monster, they called Stradanya to them and told her of our existence. And Elver somehow foresaw this happened by the grace of Gulthias, he said, and that through it we had a way of surviving the Countess's wrath, and that would be to surrender to her, to give her the Raven Totem and offer our services to her. Unless we... if we wouldn't, then, well, he didn't say what would happen, but we read between the lines.
Styrex? I might be wrong, but wasn't there this staff that was able to control the tree things that we captured and gave to the Martikovs?
Indeed, that staff control pretty much all the living trees.
You have probably written down the information about it, considering your
Yes.
note taking.
Yeah, yes. Let me check them real quick.
Arius hands your notebook back to you.
Let me check my notes.
Because it's called Gulthia's staff.
Indeed. And you would learn the name by identifying it.
Yes. And I remember giving it to Darius, but maybe he picked it up, or he moved it away or something. And maybe I don't know if you can know if it's cursed or something, or it can control you or something. You know what I mean? We were careful when we picked it up to not.
Yeah. You can see Styrax just going through every page really fast. It at some point can't even read the words, but Styrax knows what she's reading. No, not here. No. Oh, here it is.
Yeah. Why isn't the information here? I need to fix that.
You have to turn off dark mode.
Oh, it's in dark mode. Oh, right. Okay.
I actually brought my notes because I
Old.
couldn't find the...
It's just so old that the text can't be seen in dark mode.
You gotta clear the format, man.
So it seems like it glance over like the control is game for pretty much 1 kilometer distance in a radius. It's pretty much just telekinetic.
Well, I mean, looking over your notes, I can see something very interesting here. It seems like the staff can be destroyed by normal means and kill everything. Like,
Have a little help.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh.
Already by note. Ah, yes, here, the small
mm-hmm. Good that you were so thoughtful in writing everything down.
So you have like smaller fonts upon smaller fonts. You have
So,
to read between the
So
lines.
pretty much destroy that stuff or burn it will cause all the trees in 100 meters pretty much die. And we
but obviously, it might be that he just gave the giant tree the order to, I don't know, take over Crest, let's say, and then he can be like wherever he wants to be on the world, and this tree will still do this job, you know. So this only helps us if he is with the tree, or the staff is with the tree, I suppose, more concretely.
And I can tell you that Darius took the staff, yes, but he put it in the storage. I don't know why Elevator picked it up, but by that second day, he was walking around with it, the last I saw of him.
I should have burned that stuff.
Yeah, we should have took it at least, you know. Just a lesson for us. Not
Wasn't-
give anything
aren't-
powerful to anyone else.
Aren't they adamant of getting it in the first place?
Yeah,
That's why they're
they
giving
were
it up.
like, oh, we can use this to like remove the blights from our area, so we don't have to worry about them attacking us.
Indeed.
And then we were like, yeah, I guess there's no blights where we're going, so yeah, that's that.
They were all
you
keen on
and me-
using it as a weapon, but then I don't know what happened. Perhaps it was the staff, because Elver's not behaving like normal, and I would know.
Well, I mean, he said that Gulthias talked to him, and this is his stuff, so it seems like at the very least the staff has made a connection with him and the maker, or whatever it pretends to be. I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps. This is. Well, it is like him, and it's not like him at the same time. Davian, as I said, is scary to argue with, but he was arguing back as hotly, saying that this was the only way for us to survive. Now the cat is out of the bag. He said that he did it out of love for us, and that they were a new, brighter future for us where we didn't have to hide in the shadows, and that we could be the masters of the forest folk by just working with Sredamnia and like teach them to, in his own words, teach them not to be barbarians anymore. And spread our numbers. He just needed a raven totem. And for us to agree to work with the Countess.
Do you believe that he did it in his goodness of hearts?
He tried, he saved his own ass.
I think it's
I'm
more
not
complicated
sure.
than that.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Elver
To be
really
fair-
cares about his family. I know
we have
that.
to remember that we're dealing with like a bunch of vampires. They all can, you know, very comfortably make people believe things. I mean, think about this, Mark. I mean, he is.
And at this point, I don't think he's Mark only. I I think we all got into that.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, I just wonder where the Raven Totem came into play here. Did they just make him talk? Did the staff just falsely lure him to the Forest Folk and Rin just made him talk? Or did they always know about the token? Or like knew about something of that power?
According to Elvir's own words, he claimed that they already knew, and so that we needed to immediately change strategy to survive, and that this was the only way. David, of course, wouldn't have any
Because
of
that
it.
is,
That's very, very suspicious.
well, that's actually extremely scary. Because obviously, whatever, if anything of, the items we're looking for gets into hands that we can't take it from, then we'll have a big problem. So, them having an understanding of the value of this Raven Totem is not good, to say the least.
No.
Catastrophically bad.
I'm not that well versed with the story of the Feathers of the Keepers. I always... Keepers of the Feather, I mean, even the name. I forget it sometimes. But since I'm always a little bit on the outside of the family, Dog managed to simulate himself in ways that I did not. I do know, though, that the story is older than you think. And from what I understand from Davian, Stradania knows what the token is able to do. She just didn't think it was out of her hands and in ours. And so,
Yes, that's something.
if somebody figured it out or told her, perhaps Elvir through this cursed staff, that we existed, then she knows what the totem is capable of doing. Just as she knows what the Red Fang is capable of.
Alright.
But Davin is better at explaining that stuff. I didn't really listen that well.
But this is not changing our current ideas, though. We have to deal with the tree one way or another, I think. We definitely do need to know, however, how much is actually coming for us. Is it just a tree? Is it like a bunch of blights? Is it like the forest folk? Is it rain? But I don't think so, but just stuff like that is really important. Because I guess we need to know if we can actually
Yeah, I'm gonna
take
search for
them.
some ravens and see if they could fly south and tell us before they come. But, guys, we have seen the Countess move towards the other settlements. You know, the political upheaval in the village of Barovia, and then the civil war rebellion by Lady Wachter in Vallaki. This seems to just be more if it's heading this way. This just seems to be open warfare approach. We couldn't change the fates of the other two villages. And the town of Valaki, I mean, and the Barovia village. The martyr cubs would really need your help right now. Like, I don't care about Davian. His mind is important, yes, but he's an old, grudgy codger. And he's ready to die for what he stands for, and let me tell you, he already has like one foot in the grave anyway. And Darius is a soldier, right? But Stefania and Dag and the kids, little Yolanda. They
So what should we do? Like, we can't just teleport there.
I don't know. I'm just asking you to think about what you want to do here, because they will be either all gone or in a very terrible situation soon. I don't know. Sometimes the Countess likes to do this cat and mouse games. I don't know how much time they have. But with the children, that would slow them down. I mean, I can fly wherever I want. Like, try to catch me. But the children...
We do have 2 friends that are quite capable that are around the Blue Water Inn, so maybe if you want to, I don't know how long a raven takes to get to Valaki from here, but
From here, let me calculate.
but there could be an option that we let them know that there are some allies at the Blue Water Inn they can use also.
By Raven's Wing, if I push myself, I can be there in 2 days.
You look at the others. I mean, it's a bit dangerous.
It's dangerous, and we don't know the outcome that might happen. But it's our only and best option. Else, for us, how long will it take? 2, 3, even 4 days to reach? And having a giant tree in the way.
I guess they're good at hiding, so maybe they have some tricks up the sleeves to make them
That
hidden.
there's only one thing for sure, and we cannot let Kresk fall on Sudania's hands. She already took Balaki and the village of Barovia. She wants to take control of the entire region.
I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not sure Crest can really do anything for us in return. And I guess the thing is, if we're facing off like 1,000 blights and forest folk, then it doesn't matter that you have a lot of fire, because they will just overrun you eventually. So, I mean, depending on how important this is for her.
At this point, it's not really as how can we get in return, but maybe as a symbol of hope.
A nice
more
sentiment.
People to even more people to know that there's still zones that can go against her.
It's a nice sentiment, but it's not worth our death. So
it's a difficult situation. If there's something that I have learned from my mistakes, is that knowledge of your enemy and not overestimating your own capabilities is crucial. I believed in my allies' strengths. Joseph is an extremely powerful sniper with many alchemical tools to help us on the way. Aurora is a tactical genius, able to swing both blade and magic to great lengths. And Cyril, well, a force of nature. And Kythor, a steadfast shield, both able to heal and deliver a massive amount of power when he wanted it to. And we thought with all the peasants with us that it would be enough to take down one single vampire. As we have done many times before on the battlefields in the south of Combador. We had no idea how many allies was on her side, nor how powerful this vampire empress turned out to be.
I agree that we need to know if it's something we can deal with or not. At first I was hoping it was just, maybe Vryn and the forest folk, but not Stradania in the mix, I thought maybe, I don't know, she has the forest folk just have some fun and take over some places, which is something we could deal with, but if it's really Stradania that's kind of pulling the strings here, then it is probably very difficult for us to make it to do anything against it. I suppose it's not like it's assumed that there's anything that can stop such a thing, so maybe it is less powerful than, it would need to be against us because it wouldn't assume that we would do anything. But then again, it could just be like the first row of things. Don't know how, like, if it doesn't work and Sudania wants Kresk, for example, she'll just do more people the next time. More power the next time.
I guess if she fails this time, maybe she will be distracted with the Matagoss for a while, trying to hunt it down at least. She can be in two places at once.
For sure. I do think that if it seems like it's something we can do, we should do it. But I feel like we should have learned the lesson from the last two fights we were in. Because it seems like we haven't.
You guys seem to have it a little bit of a rough time right now. I can see it in all of your faces. Are you all right?
Stara just giggled. All right. We've never been all right.
I've been alright before.
We learned that almost all of our actions have led to pretty much having a settlement sided with Stradania.
I still think it's better than what it was before.
Yay!
Hey, support.
Every time.
What
Every
the
time.
fuck?
I told
The
you.
sound of joining.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have that actually. I don't never hear it.
Every time. You know what? As Suku arrives, let us pause the conversation there. Everybody go and fill up your drinks. Do that quick break. Get a snack if you need to pet a pet. Go to the toilet. And if somebody is left in the call, Daphne has just been on the outside of the conversation, just broodingly, like, taking care of her equipment as she stirred awake. And let's fill in Suko of what's been happening, and then commence after we're done with the break and that.
Okay, we'll be back.
Yay! I'm going to also be right back, as I'm just gonna refill my glass a little bit, and I'll be right back. 1 second, Suko.
So, do you hear Sukru?
Yeah. I'm here.
Nice. Then, yeah, so first of all, you got 4 half souls. We divided up the 18 half souls.
Yeah.
For now, we have you keep the potency 3 soul.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, sure. What?
Yeah, you can, like, roleplay kind of give it over if you want to, since it obviously means something to you. And we kind of went all to sleep, so you'll have to regain some hit dice and roll some hit dice for your health.
Don't worry. Your health points will be bigger.
Oh, right. 8 also has to be taking account that you lost 8. So, like,
Yeah. I think I am 4 because I only lost the HP that equals to 8.
let me see.
Let me check.
That's good. And anyway, while we're checking that, we kind of slept. We did all the bunch of like organizing of souls. We did combine some souls, which you probably don't need with your, I don't know if you have more than 2nd level spell slots.
Yeah.
So-
I don't.
Yeah, so you don't need to combine any souls.
Yeah.
And then we woke up, ate a bit, and Muriela told us what happened more exactly. So it seems like Elvir, what's his name? Elvir something. Yeah, Elvir is actually correct. He took the staff that we gave the Martikovs, the Gulthia staff
Yeah.
that was able to control blights. And it maybe it
Fucking
was
prick,
cursed or something, because apparently he
Oh.
said that like Gulthia spoke to him and like gave him this vision that they know. So
Right.
either Gulthias is a good guy and they actually already knew, or he's, a curse.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, makes sense. Maybe the attunement part became a curse because he requires attunement, right?
I'm back.
Yeah, you're a robot, by the way, Hess, right now.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
8 is 10, right? 8 is 10 or 15, I forgot. Like, Souls 8.
I don't know. I think it must have been 10.
Because I don't think Soul has 3rd level spell.
No, he only has 2nd level spell. But I don't even know if he used like a. Yeah, it's 8 is standard 2nd level, and so it's 5 HP actually. Yeah,
Oh.
it's 5 for everyone. So 5 is only. Hey,
Oh.
you're normal now. Because 2nd level is where it starts, and it starts with 5 HP, I think. Let me double check.
Yes, I think so too.
And since he doesn't have any high level spells, it has to be 2nd level 8, which is.
As
5, yeah, 8 is 5.
Yeah.
So I think I'll roll once more. Oh my god.
Actually-
Having the breath.
Actually, no.
Holy-
In Frostmark, it's 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Second
yeah,
level.
it's 10,
Yeah.
but then increases by 5 with
Yep.
each.
So
level.
yeah, you can take back these
Okay.
rollies.
I'm 4.
Nice.
I-
That's good.
oh my
Nice.
god!
We are all
I mean, you
full,
still
I
have to
think.
roll. Did you really roll like 8d10? Wait, what?
No,
it's
I
even-
roll my
Oh my god.
I roll my hit dice with advantage.
Advantage. Oh, that's so good. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is-
I want
so
that advantage,
broken.
not gonna lie.
So you used 3 d10s?
4.
4. Okay, 4.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, where did you get the advantage on hit dice from?
Saint Makovia's protection.
Mm-hmm.
The
The armor.
You reroll HDs with advantage. You roll HDs with advantage.
Yeah.
We should sleep instead
Can I
and like exchange
yeah,
the
can I-
armor.
The attunement. Lol.
hey yo, can I wear the armors tonight? I want to feel it out.
I
think
will
one-
allow that if you have a heavy armor.
Yep. Proficiency.
yeah,
yeah.
I don't think you were able to attune with it properly. If-
No.
I think the only one.
Once
who
again,
has-
I'm half. Again.
Yay.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting.
Can also use
very...
some like help healing spells for you. So
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, let's not do it now because I rather do it when we have in combat.
I have healing.
Or at the end of
we
the
also
day.
have one of. I think we still have one of the spheres, right? From
yeah, the
mansion.
tiny marbles we have. Yeah.
You can snort some
Yeah, but I
dust.
would definitely keep. I mean, we also have like the healing potions, but that's like, since we don't have many
Emergency.
healers, I think keeping that around. is better.
Yeah.
The tiny marbles of hope, they're gone. They don't exist
Aw.
outside of the Magnificent Mansion.
What are you
We only had
talking about?
one, Bexxy.
Crushing
Why
an
can't you give
orb?
us one?
Just one, Bex. Just one.
We made them that
What-
one ourselves in a magical lab.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, but it states by Magnificent Mansion that items created by the Magnificent Mansion stays within
Well-
the Magnificent Mansion.
Well, we created them.
Here you go, Thor. Seven
Our
for
blood,
you.
sweat, and tears.
Thy
Hey,
God
7 heal per
hath
soul.
spooketh.
Wait, what?
I give you a cure wound.
7 healing damage.
Oh, you don't have to, but thank
Well,
you
it's
so
a lot
much.
smarter than using your hit dice, I think.
I
since-
mean, yeah, if you
Yeah.
spend a short rest before combat again, and as long as you roll the soul checks.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
roll the
Yeah.
soul check, it's no issue, and we do have some more souls than before, so.
Yeah.
So that was
Bless.
quite finished. So basically, he went off, and it turns out to the forest folk and Rin, to that matter, and also Redania was called in. So apparently they have been making this giant tree for a while, or something along those lines. And once it was like done, they called in Stradania and told them about Raven, the keeper of the feather. And then they came with like a giant army of like blights, forest folk, the giant tree, Rin, and Elvir, and to like the vineyards. And then Elvir talked with Davian, and they got like obviously an argument because Davian was super annoyed and mad because he basically was like, the way we can do it is like we just side with Sudania and give over the Raven totem,
Yeah,
like the vestige.
yeah, the vestige.
Yep. And Davian was obviously like, absolutely not, you fucker. And
Yeah.
they bailed
Yes.
from the vineyard towards
Word
the
for word.
water. And, yeah.
Word for
Basically, very true rendition. Very faithful rendition of what happened. Basically, yeah. Also to
And, yeah.
note that Elver told them that Elver basically begged for their lives to Stradania. To, like, this is the only way for Stradania to not kill us.
Yikes.
Yeah, and now Blue is obviously worried because they're getting chased. And we were thinking, since we now have Blue with us, who can like give Ravens commands, that once we want like have some Ravens check out how many are coming with the giant tree towards Kresk. And to maybe send like a Raven to the Blue Water Inn to our other allies, who might be able to help the Martikovs. Like keep them hidden or something. Obviously very dangerous, but Blue is like worried, obviously, with like the kids and everything, that they won't not
Yeah.
be as fast as the other Ravens. And
Yeah.
we're not sure, but there was like the idea or the possibility that since Stradania is behind all of this, that there's actually like the attempt to take over Kresk with the tree, right? Since it's the last city that she doesn't have control over.
Well,
And they are definitely not cooperative in any other way, which would be very dangerous for us. So there was also a conversation of we may have to make very sure that we are capable of taking this,
yeah.
considering recent fights.
Yeah, that's basically.
Mhm.
Mariella asked you guys if you were if you wanted to focus your attention on this or save the Martigops, considering like Yolanda is a baby. And Irias chimed in and said that if there's something that I learned with my defeat with the Countess was that I didn't have enough information about my enemy. So you kind of all agreed that Muriella should scout out the forces that are heading towards you and then make a decision after that. I think the kind of is a consensus we landed upon. Yeah. So there we are. Daphne, you look up from cleaning all your equipment. The Essex axe is like razor sharp. What do you want to do?
I think just like a few details is that this whole time Daphne has been awfully quiet, and like normally when it comes to like planning, she's very active in like voicing her opinions and planning all that, but she's definitely seems a bit more zoned out than usual.
Alright, Mariella. So I guess you gotta go find the Raven and we gotta go talk with Dimitri.
Alright, I still have a bit of a concussion, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to do my best, guys.
You're free to not turn into Raven or something. You can come with us a bit if you want to also.
It's both harder and easier when you're Raven because you don't have the same kind of like thinking power, but some things become more intense as well. It's okay, I gotta earn my keep, no?
Right.
As you say so.
And before your eyes, Mirella just stuffs the blanket down into her mangle pack, and she closes her eyes. There's this intense expression of focus, and her arms and legs start to like sprout this black feathers, colored blue at the wingtips. And her whole form kind of morphs and becomes smaller and smaller, and it just looks like she's a ball of feathers. And then two black eyes open and blinks, and a raven takes flight and disappears through the little hole in the window.
All right.
So we head out.
Yes.
Starbucks will slowly approach Daphne and just tap her on the shoulder.
Yeah. Let's head out.
Yes.
I'll put out the fire.
You put out the fire.
Make sure the fire is definitely squenched, as I believe that I have the power to stop forest fires.
You do, for sure. You
Sure,
have the
buddy.
power.
Nyong.
Only you can prevent forest fire. We're over here.
During the day, even.
I can see.
With Leo.
Yay! Oh, Leo's isn't represented. Lol. Yes. You head on out from the abbey. You can hear Otto talking to Cloven in the main room, but with his like barky, very loud-ish conversation. So Otto has awakened. But you don't really care. You can hear like Cloven like trying to calm down Otto and like inform him what was like happening. Cloven is shaky in the voice. Apparently he went and saw the corpse during the night, so we now actually 100% believe you guys.
Didn't he disappear? Didn't Resist disappear technically?
Oh yeah, true. It did. He did. But he saw the silvery blood on the floor.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Very true.
And the cascade of bodies left in the wake.
Yeah, and it's like you can hear him trying to like explain that all the chimeras is gone, which he calls them mongrels,
Yeah.
which is
They never
very
have.
Yeah.
unsensitive,
Negative connotation. Negative connotation to it.
insensitive word. Everybody should know in the chat that's not okay. Yes, and it kind of speaks also to the own kind of like this negative self-perception Cloven and a lot of the other chimeras had about themselves, because they're not chimeras, so it's just a word we've been using for them. Victims perhaps would be better. But you don't care. It seems like Cloven is taking care of it. There's still seems to be any signs of the lizard woman. But you head out of the main gates again. The abbey is eerily silent, and you make your way down the mountain. There's no snowfall today. Just a fresh breeze. So it's in the light. It's not that difficult to make your way down. It's not that dangerous, but you still have to like watch yourself, because there's like a drop of like hundreds of meters just to the side of you, and so it's a bit of a slow descent. And I'm guessing all of you are pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I think so.
Irius looks down upon the village of Kresk down below with curious eyes. Oddly, he's the least affected member of your group right now. He has actually gone through it and dealt with his own like inner turmoil, and right now he's just focusing on doing the best
he has experience, so
yeah. He seems
So,
pretty
they-
chipper considering everything. He's like, huh,
yeah.
killing an angel
Yeah.
underneath my belt. Here we go. One more experience.
Here we go again.
Look, I got a bounty. I can add it.
You can add it to your CV now.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, I'm experienced richer because of this. Look at me. Moving up in the world. No.
Oh
I'm
my
just kidding. I'm just explaining his point of view. He's way more shipper and positive than the rest of you, which says a lot considering it's still Irius.
This is serious, right here.
Man, why are you so positive? It's cold. I know there's a breeze, but come on.
I'm just happy that I'm here with all of you, that Starks is here, and that I have another chance to redeem myself. It's
Oh, you have to... Okay, you know what? That makes sense. Okay, you do you.
thank you. I will. I don't have Joseph around, so I guess I will have to.
Yeah, you gotta tell me about Joseph sometime. Sounds like a fun fella.
He was the best of the world had to offer. And he started like gushing about Joseph to do the whole like journey down about like how smart he
really?
was, how kind he
my
was,
God.
how steadfast he was, how good he was at alchemy, how like he spent his whole life just helping Irius, and how he didn't deserve him.
Wait, it seems like you guys are more intimate than I thought. You guys got married?
My biggest regrets, honestly. My parents didn't agree they wanted me to marry for political reasons. If I was going to marry, I mean, they loved Joseph. That was really the problem. I mean, we were.
Man, you should have ignored that and marry that man.
Yes, I should have. But he was nonetheless the love of my life.
Well, I agree. Considering how you describe him, well, lucky that you have someone that you can, lean upon when needed, even though it's in your memories.
As this conversation draws to a close, you're descending down the switchback road down to that gate that kind of marks the end of Kresk and the beginning of that road, where no Kreskite, unless they're very desperate, wants to go further than it. Marks the end of the village. And you see Dimitri flanked by two Kreskites on both his sides, who are dressed in the little like leather armor and weaponry that Kresk is able to scrounge up. And his gaze looks at all of you with this surprised look on his face. And he kind of stops by the gate in waiting all of you to come down the last couple of meters.
Good morning.
Good day. Sorry about earlier. Oh, sorry, yesterday.
It's all good. Are you all okay? You spent a lot of time up there. I was getting worried.
All is well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I must say, you have impeccable timing. I was just about to go and look for you up the road a little bit.
Yeah, so we can give you some like good and bad news. So,
All right.
unfortunately, we had to deal with the abbot.
Oh, that's sweet.
So,
Deal with the abbot?
yeah,
Yeah.
he
What do you-
got a little bit too mad in his head, and
Mhm.
we had to defend ourselves, and he is no longer.
You ended the abbot.
Yeah, we did.
Can we
That's-
talk somewhere in private? It's kind of cold.
I don't know what to think about that, but I feel like there's one less problem on my shoulders right now, and I thank you. Truly, you have been amazing for Kresk. I could have not done this without you. But I have a problem of my own. And I would really appreciate your help. One more time, friends.
Sure. What is it?
There is a group of strangers requesting entry to Kresk outside of the gates.
How's Sherry?
And is there not the Martikovs coming with wine or a delegation from Valaki? That at least I can tell. I don't know who they are or what they want, but I thought that if I could find you and have you by my side, then at least I would feel more safe.
What do they look like?
They're standing very far away. I'm not entirely certain, but some
Yeah,
of
I have
them do
good idea.
not look Barovian.
What?
How many people?
There's 5 of them and a dog. Well, a dog, a wolf.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, we can help with that. Just so you know, there are some chickens up at the abbey, so maybe that's some food source you can deal with. Also, there are three very
Four.
no
There's four.
three
Three. There's three.
Three?
There's three.
Okay.
three very weird looking people up there. Do not kill them. Just leave them alone. All right. They don't mean any harm. They're just. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been up there. You've been up there, right? You've seen weird
I-
creations that are up there.
Yes, they welcomed
And-
me at the gate.
Yes,
Well,
these
welcome.
ones are yeah. They are fully normal human beings. They're just a little bit scared. Or a little bit dumb, maybe.
Yeah, that's survivor.
So
And thing like that.
don't take all the chickens. But it's only for 3 people, so it's just so they can live for themselves. The rest you can take and
I don't know if I want to welcome them to my community as of yet,
yeah, just keep them in the abbey.
but I will go and talk to them and see for myself what kind of threat that is.
Yep. All right. With that out of the way, we can go to the gate, I guess.
Alright, follow me. To
Go.
facilitate this meeting with the strangers beyond the wall, Dimitri leads you in the direction of the main gates. Up there on the walls, when you get closer, you can see 6 figures with their backs to you, and you can hint the bows that they have like half drawn to their sides, with arrows loaded or knocked, but they're not raising them or aiming at this point, but they're very much ready. Instead of going for the gates themselves and opening it, Dimitri heads to the right-hand side gate tower. Beyond a reinforced and heavy wooden door where the 2 Kreskites that had been following him, they step aside to guard the entrance. Beyond that wooden door is a small guards barrack with storage capabilities of weapons and armor. There's a billowing fireplace, and the middle of the room is dominated by the sturdy table with benches along its sides. And in the corner, there's a stone staircase that spirals upwards. Wasting no time, Dimitri takes you indeed upwards, and you discover that there's a stone corridor that runs over the gates itself, but underneath the walking, like being out in the elements walking portion of the wall. This walkway connects the 2 towers, and there, crouching with their longbows ready, are 2 more Kreskites, and before them are 2 narrow arrow slits in the stone structure where they can, if needed, rain additional projectiles from the windows in somewhat secrecy. Both of these Kreskites nod to you grimly. They look pretty serious and worried. But Dimitri carries on further, and at the apex of the tower, there is just a simple landing with a small table and 2 chairs, and a door that leads out to the curtain wall proper. Dimitri opens it and mentions for you to step out first in a polite gesture.
Yeah.
All right.
Move out.
Here we go.
Up you go.
Alright. Good luck for us.
I'm gonna be playing tower defense soon. Get used to it.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no red balloon somewhere.
All right, step out. Leon, your military expertise notice easily that this group of newly arrivals have placed themselves just beyond the reach of these longbow. meaning that they're basically in a safe distance from these projectiles. But this distance of about 130 to 150 meters, depending on where you're standing, makes it a little bit difficult to have a shouting conversation, because even that is draining. And it also makes it quite hard to notice any specific features of these 5 individuals and this hound before you. Everybody, make me a perception intelligence, please.
Okay, guidance myself.
All of us, perception, intelligence.
Oh, damn! I'm gonna roll out this time then.
I've done enough
No.
rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty good, not gonna lie.
14, 19, 17. Oh, and I cast Thaumaturgy on Leo to make his voice
Boom.
very loud.
And perception. Oof. Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, he has a +7. He's pretty smart. Everybody, as you squint across the white plains of snow and dark rays of the protruding rock, you see indeed 5 individuals and a massive white wolf. These rangers stand a little bit apart. 3 of them are larger than the other 2, with grayish skin and dressed in simple hides and leather. They all wear a white fur, either across their shoulders, over their chest, or over their head, in some kind of combination, which makes them a little bit harder to spot against the white background, including the white wolf itself. The white wolf keeps closer to the one who spearheads a little triangle formation where they stand in, where one of them stands a little bit further than the other 2. Of the 2 that stand apart from them, one is definitely easier to spot on the account that they have purple skin. Their companion is hooded and just seems to have some kind of humanoid shape, and there were very few details that can be gleaned. Irius realizes, as well as Styrax, but Irius doesn't understand this in the way that Styrax does. Styrax, you squint a little bit better, and your eyes manage to catch more details than the others, and the purple figure to you is not a stranger. Their leather armor, rapier, and hand axe, their way of standing, and the glint of purple horns is unmistakable to you.
Oh my god. We need some familiar faces.
Oh my
Ooh,
god!
updated familiar faces.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Is that? Wait.
Is it?
Is that?
It's,
It's
Yes.
That's Ezzy!
it's Esmeralda.
No, this is pretty much Styrax on Cat. Is that?
Huh?
Huh? And you can just see Styrax just going further, like, is that Essie?
No way!
Wait.
That's Ezzy! Oh my god!
I mean, look, those
Esmeralda.
horns.
Oh, don't say horns to that.
Esmeralda?
Yes! Oh my god. Oh!
Cast Thaumaturgy on myself and shout very loud. Esmeralda, is that you?
All the figures are like a little bit taken aback at first at the sudden noise, and then you can see a purple hand wave with excitement.
I scream as loud as I can in celebration. Yeah!
Wait, who's the other guys?
Yeah, well,
though?
we don't know anything about the others, yeah. Dimitri, I think they can be let in. We know some one of them for sure. If you want, we can like meet them first and confirm if that's more comfortable with you. But I would vouch for them.
If you are vouching, then I will trust you. It's the least I can do.
And
I would say I'm a little bit worried about some of these individuals. But
yeah,
very well.
I understand. Yeah, I
Well-
understand. They're, even more unusual. And there might be a teeping with them. But
You will.
I think I've learned that there is more to a person than their outside looks.
Yeah. And you won't worry about us when we first arrived, so.
That's very true. Would it be okay to compromise that we use the barracks down below and I leave guards outside so they do not go among the houses?
yeah, sure. I think that's fine.
Then I will open the gates.
You can come. We'll have a discussion in the barracks.
You shout this out, but Thorma turns you again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a fist pump up in the air by Essie. And Dimitri shouts for the doors to be opened and convey the news.
They all heard it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it has to come from Dimitri.
Well, you can tell I'm kind of the second leader here.
Yeah, sure.
Savoie take over
Leo.
and just live in Kresk.
Yep.
Leo will
Yeah.
always be the leader.
Let them in, turns around to Dimitri and stab him. Like, "Ah."
It is my time to
Red
rise.
betting.
Yeah. Betrayed is a best of code.
It's a bit of a process to open the gates and call them in and have the guards stand down and realize what's happening, and they kind of create this loose wall of Kreskites guarding the way up into the village proper, as Essie and the rest of them are led into that little guard barracks room with the fireplace and the long table. And as you come closer to the three strangers to you, it's clear that the woman in the group is in charge. She indeed is wearing these hides, these furs, these leathers. Her hair is braided, and there is a white snow bear's fur that is kind of draped over her leather armor shoulders and goes up over her head, and several of the fangs of the bears is still there, kind of looming over her forehead. She is clearly a Goliath. As are the other two. Their skin is kind of in this grayish blue tone rather than the normal gray, and they all have these unique tattoo-like patterns of darker pigmentations that all Goliaths have. And the way that they're dressed is very similar to the forest folk warriors that you met as you cleared out the Wizard of Wine's vineyard.
Yeah, I did recognize that. But
You-
Are they Goliaths?
Yes, they were.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Damn. Sorry.
I do actually remember that exact. Yeah.
My
And they all-
interesting thoughts are
Yeah.
taking over.
They all wear
Damn.
these crude axes, stone axes, and for sure some mismatched pieces of armor and this very hides and leather, and it looked very like earthy, so to say. But the woman is actually beefier and taller than the other two in her party. She is impressive.
Wait, how tall is she?
2.5.
Jesus.
No, wait, this is a Goliath.
Mommy,
This is
I mean,
so she was a normal person. Like, what is...
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Even for a Goliath...
I think 2.5 is for Goliath pretty good.
Yeah.
I need
Because
to double
Goliath, I think.
tall?
She's on the taller side for a Goliath as well.
Yeah.
Tower.
I mean,
2 to 2.5 meters. Yeah, okay. So she's more like 2.3 to 2.4. Yeah, 2.35. We just not say. And like she shows off some of her midriff and is just like a washboard, right? She's extremely tall. And they look very uncomfortable of what is happening right now. Their eyes is darting, and they take in all of their surroundings with both looks of like wonder and distaste.
Damn. My God.
And indeed, beside her, walking with like a low growl in the throat, is a full-grown white direwolf, which growls whenever somebody gets a little bit too close. And so everybody kind of gives this retinue of people a wide berth, because there is definitely some intensity here.
Daphne looked at Soul and just said, "Direwolf made me remember our first encounter."
Please don't remind me. My back still awfully remembers the day.
Just go over and squeeze Soul's shoulder a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I'll
Essie,
try to.
on the other hand, oh sorry, yeah, you try
I'll
to.
just try to like, as I see them like looking around and everything, I'll just like say, I'll hope you have dropped thaumaturgy by now. So otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
just say like, no need to worry. Just want to have a quick conversation.
Oh, don't bother. They don't understand what you're saying anyway. It's really fucking a headache. And Essie like basically skips the last way in and pulls Leo into a big hug.
Oh, he's a little bit surprised, but he had almost forgotten Essie's personality. For about it's been so a while, but in like just a few moments later, he gives like a hug back.
Hello there, little fella. And she kind of stands back and like ruffles your hair. I think you're growing a little bit taller since I last saw you.
Probably, yes. All in experience, I can tell you that.
That's good. That's good.
Hey, Essie.
Hey, Daphne, looking good. What is that armor? It's shining.
Yeah, good. How have you been?
Like a reflection of your heart. Dazzling. And
Yeah.
she pulls you also into a big hug. And when she leans back, she goes, "Damn, have you been working out?"
Surviving here is already a tough workout, you know.
Tell me about it. Soul!
Hey!
You look
How
more
is it?
devious than normal.
Well, you look much more stronger than the last time I saw you. But hey,
Don't flatter me, but don't stop.
I will not.
Good.
Expect more.
Very good. Stop, but continue. And
When I when I lean back, I just look at Leo and just like kind of whisper to him, "Gosh, I miss her."
And
Just a smile.
gives Sol as well a big hug. She goes over to Styrax a little bit carefully, and she kind of pats Styrax a little bit on the shoulder. Darling, it's nice to see you again. I hope you've been well. Keeping up with your reading.
I haven't been so happy of seeing a familiar face at this point.
Dimitri tells the crest guy to shut up. Good. Now, please tell me, who's the hairy short one?
Oh, I present you my mentor, Irius Stonelight.
Mentor, Iris Stonelight. I think that name rings a bell. The figure behind her that has been very much not doing anything to make anybody keep attention to them. They're like this brown-haired, freckled, like older Barovian dressed in a heavy cloak, but when you get a little bit closer you see that there is leather armor and a lot of items on the belt underneath this.
Is
this
it
cloak.
written?
Yeah. Well, disguised. Maybe.
And there's like
Can
a
I-
loud cough from this individual and like a jerk of the head towards the barracks.
Yeah. Let's go inside. Too many
Alright.
eyes out there.
You can tell your friends that they can come inside. I know the door is a bit small for them.
I mean, I can try. They're okay. Watch this. And as he turns to them and like with very wild, over the top gestures, she like clasps her hands in a please, and then like with both her hands, move her hands towards the open barrack door. And
I'll
like
go inside and give a wink.
yeah, and like she does it a few times, like keep attention to me, go in, please go in. And the Goliaths looks between each other. There are some gruff words being shared between them, and you can hear in another language in the end the woman going, "Jag tror det är okej, vi går in."
Actually, I'll just nudge Styrex and be like, "Can you find a way to talk to them more better? And just I don't know if you can do that, but or Urias."
I have an idea.
Just
Yeah, but-
give me 1 moment.
Yeah, you can do it in the barracks. Just
The
Yes, but whether you would like it to just wait
Or-
10 minutes or you want to start a fire.
No, or
Yeah, we can
so-
wait 10 minutes. We can talk with Ezzy and our feller here. But
Yeah.
at some point it would be nice to talk to them directly, depending on what's happening.
That was mostly what I had thought in mind.
Good, thank you.
And
Meanwhile-
Styrax will actually enter the barracks and just prepare and comprehend languages as a ritual.
Meanwhile, I think Soul, you can use your image spell thing to show them what we meant.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's still a little bit of a language barrier, maybe.
It
depending.
looks like they
Yeah.
understand, but they're very hesitant to walk into the room. But eventually they do. Their hands kind of seek comfort on their various weapons, which immediately makes all the crest guides, so they're kind of standing in a loose ring around all of you, tense, and go for their bows. And there's a bit of a tense second where everybody looks at each other. And then the Goliath woman kind of pulls in her two Goliath friends into the barrack.
I just look at the crest guy and look at Dimitri and just say, "Hey, can you, just tell your guys to stay back. Look, worst case scenario, they are enemies. We'll handle them. Best case scenario, we get new allies."
I certainly hope it's the second, but alright, we will give you space. I trust you. Alright, and all of you waltzes into the pretty tight barracks, the gate tower. The Goliaths do not sit down. They kind of like walk into a corner and kind of broods there. The woman places her, like crosses her hands over her chest. And they kind of keep their backs to the corner so they have a view over the whole room.
Gosh.
Essie walks in with her hands clasped behind her back, looking at, like, skipping a little bit and, like, looking at every detail. Was as soon as the, this nondescript Barovian man goes in, he suddenly flurries and drops to one knee in front of Irius, and his form kind of shimmers a little bit. And indeed, Rudolph von Richten comes into view, and he clasps Irius' hands and says, Master Stormlight, I think I understand now where you went all those 4 years ago when you disappeared. Irius is very much taken aback. His eyes is like up in his eyebrows, and he blurts out, Rudolph von Richten, it's you! My good fellow, it was a long time ago. And they kind of like shake each other's hands vigorously.
Yeah, remember when I told you Richten was here? Yeah.
Well,
Talking to
finally, he might
Irius.
have someone he listens to.
Oh, you can see all of a sudden like Styrax and Daphne just nodding to each other. we knew this was going to happen.
Yes, you told me that, but I didn't know he was going to be here. It's still so nice to see you. It's a reassuring presence.
Gosh, let's hope we don't have to kill this one.
Richten stands up and nods towards Master Stormlight and says, likewise, you might not have all the spine in the world, Master Stormlight, but your expertise of the arcane might come very much in hand.
Talk about being straightforward but kind of rude. What the hell?
What strict?
Irius kind of clears his throat and like looks away and like scratches his beard.
Oh, come on, let's all sit.
That is true.
Let's all sit down first. You're making the guests uncomfortable. Come on.
What a happy family reunion we're having right now.
They're happy. Anyway, why are you guys here?
Leo was so sarcastic.
Yeah, Leo, he has received like a lot of positive energy from Essie, but it does not seem like it is quite sticking right now.
Shut up, Leo. Shut up.
Okay, nobody in the whole world is like me, and nobody can, first of all. Second of all, like, there is a strange balance between us, no? Well, let me tell you what we've been up to. So, Richten found me in the forest. I was hunting some strange werewolf activity. I managed to kill a few of the wolves. Don't tell the big white one. We talked.
Or we killed some too.
We caught up with each other. I was a little bit concerned, hearing about what happened in Vallaki, but I guess bygones be bygones. We made our way through Vallaki. We said hello to Danica and Erwin, who were so pleasant, by the way. Especially, like, Erwin is like a little bear of warmth. And Danica is sharp. They're very nice friends to have, I must say. We had some interesting conversations. We stayed over for dinner. Things were a little bit scary in Vallaki, but all right. There were some changes about. I'm not entirely sure, but there was some unrest. we made our way out, left some news for you guys in case you would get there. We traveled towards the burned windmill and visited the stones again. And we spent some time there. We cast some detect magic and some detect soul aspect. We confirmed indeed that there is a outsourced kind of fiendish aura, but within there is like a strong elemental one. We saw the strange floating stones. I was able to read the Infernal. We don't know what the light greenish text is saying at all. But
Wow.
as we spent some
Primordial.
time in the area, we actually found some ancient signs of forest folk presence in the area. Like we did some archaeology, you could say. I recognized it for what it was. We was like, oh, so the forest folk has a connection to the standing stones. Where can we find out more about that? Well, I know about the Dark Elves, and they have a lot of knowledge about where things are inside of the valley. So we traveled all the way back to Balaki, saw some more changes, met Danica and Urban again, learned that you weren't there, traveled on our way, met Casimiran again, who is a fucking depressing bore. We learned that they're all... Like there's a lot of them down at Jester Hill, and I know where that is. So we made our way traveling west, and when we got to kind of like the crossroad by the bridge, we met them.
Your new friends?
Friends is a strong word.
What you mean you met them? They were just hanging out.
Well, they were traveling towards Kresk. And I
Okay.
recognized them for forest folk, and I was like, Richter, those are forest folk. Maybe we can talk to them. And so we went up to talk to them, but we didn't understand a fucking word they were saying. So that threw a wrench in the literal wheels.
Yeah, that might be
Wait.
something we have to think about in a moment. But
Through some gesticulations, and I say a lot of gesticulations, I had to pull out a lot of facial expressions. It seems like they're concerned about some danger that is traveling north, and they wanted to go here to warn people. That is as much as we know. We thought, what the heck, perhaps you're up here. We heard that you wanted to travel to Kresk, so we placed our bets. We traveled north with them, hoping to, at least find out what's going on, and here we are, and everybody's happier for it.
I think we know what's dangerous is traveling north.
yeah, and it's good to know that they're here to warn, not to help the danger.
Wait.
Anyway,
hold on.
I just want to make one thing sure for a moment. You've heard Rickton told you what he did, right? You went over it a bit nonchalantly.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring that up right now. That's a bit of a mood killer. I mean, I went past it, we're past it, everything is fine.
I just want to make sure that he holds up his agreement and didn't tell you some bullshit. Good. Okay.
And let's all agree that it was a bit fucked up, right, Rickton?
Brickton sighs, and he says,
Wow.
Esmeralda, everything she said is technically the truth, though it didn't really happen with that kind of panache. I did tell her, as per our agreement. And wait, what was Daphne's question? Sorry,
I think more just
No.
like
Yeah, I would just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I am still conflicted, but perhaps together we have a chance.
Anyway, but you said forest folk. They are not with what's her face?
Rin.
Rin, right? Because
Well,
we
it's
fought.
yeah.
Didn't we fought a Goliath when the forest folk invade the Matikov?
Exactly.
Like
That's.
that.
I was a bit worried. I hope
Yeah.
they've. Well, Ezzy, to pull you into the. You know about the Night Sisters, right?
Yeah, I'm not to wander into their territory.
Yeah, one
Well,
of
I
them
can because
is.
I'm a Vistani, but everybody else be careful.
Hmm. I'm not sure. Well, have you taken the drink? I don't think so, right? So I don't think you're technically a Vistani. Just like Soul, kind of.
So,
Well,
so her demeanor changes from one second to the other, and her face falls, and she focuses entirely on Soul. Soul, have you had a dream?
Yeah, and
Ah, shit.
I just want to talk to you about it, but in a little.
sorry, that was very insensitive.
No, it's okay.
I didn't. Well, I'm sorry. I need to
Rickton
be.
scowls.
I need
Let's
to be.
focus.
Yes. So, Rin is one of the Night Sisters, and she takes care of her forest folk. It's kind of like her people. They live near the vineyard, and they, you know, on her behalf, they are handling on her behalf, and they have been attacking the vineyard before, and they have, you can say, overrun the vineyard by now in a very complicated matter, which is why we're a little bit worried about having. But they seem to be different because the threat that is coming is a giant tree blight that was created by Rin, I suppose, and the
And
forest folk.
And the Countess.
Yes. Well, the Countess was like activated after it was finished about giant tree. That's like a weapon for her. Probably to appease her, to make her happy or something.
Rickton turns his face to Essie with like a questioning look. I'm gonna roll a intelligence check for Essie. Which is just a 1d20. Oh.
Hey, that's more than I
All you
have.
need. All you need.
Essie furrows her brow and say, there is some kind of legend, I think, about a extremely large tree on the apex of Yesterday Hill, if I remember correctly, but I don't know anything else than that, but I know that there exists a tree there.
Well, it's not there anymore. It's on the way here.
Is gained feet. How novel.
Yeah.
Rickton scowls.
They can walk. Who knew?
And it's also what, drove the people from the vineyard away. And what we're worried that they're on the way here right now.
Because
Right.
Crest is the only establishment in this entire valley that the Countess hasn't subdued.
That makes sense.
Well, it's just an open theory. We don't know that for sure. There could be other reasons.
Yeah.
Makes sense
Is
of
it
what
we
you
don't know
have
for sure.
learned versus what we have learned. They have here to warn us of some kind of danger approaching for the south, and you were just now collaborating this story. Worrisome.
There is a staff that can, if we get their hands on it, can destroy every blight with just a breaking of a staff.
You
there's
must
that.
share how this staff looks. Cyrix,
So,
when
do you want to make like an
finish
illusion?
with that ritual?
Yeah,
Oh, indeed,
it's-
so. Make an illusion for us.
So, can you please make us illusion to show them? You're not commanded to do so.
Rick did very much commanded you.
Yes, and that's why like kind of Leo interposes there.
So, illusion of what? I can only do minor illusions. So.
Yeah, just a staff. Just make a picture of the staff.
Oh, All right,
Yeah.
and once again,
Meanwhile, Styrax mumbling, I now really miss the silence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clap my hand and open it up like a hologram, and
It's
now
a
there's a
little
rotating.
bit fussy because it was some time ago.
Yeah.
But it's good enough. And Rickton walks forward and takes it in. Then he turns towards the room and says, "Pay attention, everybody. This will be vital if we were to make a confrontation with this moving army. This will be a high priority." And he like looks between all of you and basically makes
Thanks,
him mad.
Rickton. Great speech. Great speech.
He scowls.
Come on.
Sorry. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. And there's a lot more, but that's not as important right now. We right now have someone looking for like the numbers that we're dealing with, because it might not just be a giant tree, it might be a lot more. Because when they went to the vineyards, there were a lot more. There were a bunch of more little blights, they were forest folk with them, there were Rin with them. So we hope it's not that much, because obviously they might have not figured that there's any kind of fight back possible from the city,
Yeah, from
this village. So once we get our confirmation on that,
The
might
female Goliath takes a step forward and she looks pretty agitated. "Ni förlorar för mycket tid. Sluta prata. Ni måste fly." And she points to the side.
we all look at Styrax.
I think she's talking about fleeing or something. I think I'll just, for now, I'll give her like an understanding nod of some sort, and I'll just
She doesn't look becalmed, but she's happy that somebody like trying to listen to her.
an acknowledging nod, and I say, it might be very possible that we can't deal with whatever's coming to the city.
With a giant tree, yeah. I mean, we fought worse, I guess. Maybe. Nah, no.
There's a step up, certainly.
Brickton turns to all of you and he says, "What are the benefits of keeping this place free of this invasion of these plants and the tree? Why
Well-
should we focus our attention on this?"
There's a lot of people here.
And I lean
Yes.
back.
There's a lot of people in Barovia.
I mean, it definitely works towards Richten goals of getting rid of what feeds the Countess.
I don't think they would come here to kill everyone.
Probably not, yeah.
I might have missed that detail. Where in this tale of yours do you know that this army has a connection to the Countess?
We have a reliable source that at least the Countess was heavily involved in taking down of the vineyard. So obviously, she might not be directly connected with this threat, but she's loosely connected with this threat. She knows of the power of the tree. It is probably more so the power of Rin and her forest folk, but Rin is under the, I don't know, working with the Countess, you would say. And it seems like she might not be directly involved with this at all, but she definitely is loosely involved. So it could be
Yeah, and I
something,
don't-
as I said, it could be something completely different as an objective, but it is strange that it moves north to this direction. There's some other things here.
Too many assumptions. and coincidences. I, for one, am very excited to hear what these forest folk have to say. And he sits down at the edge of the table and focuses attention towards Starks and the Goliaths. And a tense moment of like a minute of silence passes, and at that point, Starks. Comprehend languages is successfully ritually cast.
Okay. Cyrus will try to approach the Goliaths. We'll just try. Firstly, starting with greetings.
Not so close, follower of the bloodsucker. Keep your distance.
Cyrus takes one step back. Just
Bloodsucker.
not really one of them.
You look like one of them.
I look like one, but I'm not one.
Make me a persuasion, either with manipulation or presence, and I will make me.
Can I be in support? By just I'm just trying to like read body language and just trying to like support, Styrex with its body language myself.
I want to give inspiration by saying, seems that Styrex is doing Styrex thing. Hopefully we're gonna get some information from them.
Hey,
Styrex.
so
Wait, can you
Hey, so-
actually speak in their language or comprehend language? Can you just
no,
understand
I think
theirs?
oh wait, no, comprehend only. I think you can't speak it.
yeah, comprehend only
No,
understand.
only understands.
Yeah.
And tongue, a fourth level spell is
Oh,
the
Oh yeah. No. So you just understand this. So this will definitely be reroll with presence.
Oh.
As you to like take a step back and try to like shake your head. that
And
you're-
and can I give advantage?
Okay. Can we?
I'm
as a group-
I'm good at reading.
It's in a weird situation because
Yes.
you don't know why I'm doing the things.
Well, I can read body language, and I can see her like this, like maybe like being offended or feeling like maybe
But you don't know why this is happening.
yeah, but I can still give. I can use my presence and give off like a supporting vibe for Styrex by just being like inviting and.
or
Like-
a suggestion. A suggestion, right?
Mhm.
We can just ask Soul to bring out the wine that we found.
Who do you want?
A 16.
They are-
Garcia or
They are mountain-
Leonardo.
They are mountain people. Come on.
I think in this scenario that you don't have enough knowledge to understand what is going on to be able to help in a crucial way.
Okay.
Yeah, but would the wine still help though?
Yeah, maybe after this, yeah, for sure. But in this moment, like that is happening pretty quick.
Would inspiration go through or no?
Yeah. Inspiration always. You can just give it. I
Yeah,
think.
you see that she wants to after finish the
Yeah,
ritual
that's
talk
what-
to them on some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
allow
that's what I said
inspiration
that.
since it's a special ability.
A D8 for you.
Okay.
And guidance.
Let's go.
I
What's your
24.
roll?
don't think I can.
24.
Let's go.
No, you
Damn.
weren't ready for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It can happen.
And I want to like do something to like
Sure.
in the future be able to help Styrex.
Okay, you move up and like you close the Styrex, like giving a physical presence and support to her.
Yeah. Now I'll just whisper to Soul. Hey, Soul, bring out the alcohol. Come on.
Okay. And
Probably.
I just
don't
put the
understand.
table. Put it on the table.
You probably don't understand me, but you needed to say like also trying. Staras is trying to just like gesticulates with like her hands,
Mm-hmm.
like you wanted to talk.
As Leo is there, kind of like miming with you.
My God.
What would this be? Yeah, this would be another persuasion presence, but roll with advantage since Leo's there.
I don't need it.
Woo!
Damn.
I'm quite jealous of you, I have to say.
I think at this point you are jealous with everybody.
Yeah.
And I presume through all of this, whenever you understand something they're saying, you're relaying it to the rest of the group.
Yes.
Good. The woman looks at you and kind of like furrows her brow. You understand me?
Styrax nods.
Tricks of foreign magic. I see.
Styrax nods again.
These people have no chill.
At least that will be helpful. I thought I had to wave my arms around a lot, but at least this will be more clear this way. You need to tell these people to leave the stone abodes behind. My people, together with Bryn, I thought was her ally, but I'm not so sure anymore. The false listener, the night apostle, is coming here with the cursed plants that my druid people have raised from inanimation. They want to take over this place. Rin wants it. By orders of the bloodsucker in the stone towers. I tried. I really tried. We're all the remains of the White Paws. I even lost Nukna. I don't think I can stop them, but I will try. But I don't think there's any sense in it. It's already over. This tree, this cursed tree that has changed the way that my people are thinking, and through the curse that is running through the bloodsucker and everything that he touches, even through Rin, is coming for you as well. Spilling doom everywhere they go. The forest folk is doomed. There's nothing left of it. Nothing of our honor and our tradition is going to be left, so what the hell? But maybe you can. Maybe you can survive. So leave.
Styrax will ask Sol, can you please make an illusion of that stuff again?
Wait, what?
Make an illusion of that stuff again, fast.
Okay.
Goofy stuff.
Here.
And Styrax will point at the illusion.
They react to if I say the name Guthias. It's the name.
The female Goliath's head turns towards you, but in the tense case.
And I point to the thing that Sol just made. And then I'll be like,
the
Sol?
Goliath marches over to you, Sol.
No,
Wait.
it's the ear. I think.
Hey. Whoa.
And
Hey.
she tries to grasp the illusion, as in like she's trying to break it with her hand, and then she notices it isn't there, and she gets like thrown up for a second, and she looks towards Styrax and says, Do not suffer them in their presence. They are a disease.
And Styros will just like fake like breaking it.
Yeah, I think Soul
And
can show it by changing his
yeah.
minor illusion.
Yeah, with illusion like, and then as like with gesticulates like shrug arms.
I
Like,
think.
trying to convey like,
Yeah.
will this fix this? Will this work?
I mean, you can maybe show what. I mean, we know more. I think we know more about magic as they do. So maybe show it through Soul, like Soul. You see like the staff breaking, and then a bunch of like blights
Blight.
just turning into ash.
Yeah, I could.
It's
Basically,
3 different
that.
minor illusions. I don't know if Daphne can help with minor illusions, but
Yeah,
I
mean,
can.
Daphne, can you do like precipitation and make small sparks to symbolize like breaking?
I think she can also do minor illusion.
Yeah.
minor illusion.
Okay.
So double minor
I know.
illusion. We have a little more space to work with and stuff.
me and Daphne are gonna huddle together and make a theatrical.
Then kind of
Daphne-
showcase what happens when you break the staff.
She's a little bit confused at first, but carrying on with that 20, she nods.
Did she say anything to Starks?
And indeed, her head turns towards Starks again to speak. It helps. My friend, my Nikna, were given one as a gift. As the higher druids were. She changed. Her whole demeanor, her whole reason for being. Thankfully, I got to her in time, before she could be swept away by this tide that is rising among my people. I broke it, and she returned to me. And we realized that this disease that is somehow seeping from the tree, or Rin, or this bloodsucker, we're not sure. Nikna did say, however, that it helps with the smaller plants. But they are extensions of the tree itself. Merely walking up to Bulgir and breaking his staff will do nothing. Not against that.
Relay all the information.
Yeah, Styros will just like keep saying the same word as she says.
Alright, that's some bad news. Well, if she makes her stand...
Well, at
I
least we
don't
know. At least we know that they are somewhat of an ally.
I'm very worried if Rin is actually with this tree.
She might be, yeah.
She might be indeed. And it's the only
Alright.
way to stop the tree is to deal with rain.
I would like to know what their goal is, if she knows that. I mean, she has been with them.
Rickton leans over the table and kind of places his chin in his hands and speaks over Leo. I want to know about the connection with the bloodsucker and Rin and all of this that is happening to the Force folk. Could we create that through the minor illusions?
We could try that.
At least you used the word could.
Alright. I mean, I guess me and Soul kind of showed like one. I showed the Countess, and Soul like showed Rin, and I just showed like a big question mark.
You can have them like shaking hands if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, like Shaking
Let's
hand,
go.
question
Let's
mark.
go.
Yeah, I think probably with question mark is if they've never
Yeah.
written, I don't have a written language, then question mark does not mean anything.
It might be more of like a questioning look on your face, rather.
Yeah,
But the Mighty Illusions
Shrug.
help is definitely helping. So make me persuasion presence with advantage.
Who?
Whoever who wants to spearhead this.
I don't have.
Who has the highest
Oh,
presence?
high is the highest.
I mean,
friend.
I got
I have 0.
presents.
But I had to be one of the people who is doing the illusions right now to make it clear enough what you're asking.
Well, I'll
What?
do it.
I
Cause
am plus two.
Well, we have a soul as a bard. Come on, he can get some presents.
oh
I'll
yeah,
try.
yeah. Soul has higher presence than me. So you
No,
go
I
ahead.
don't. I have plus 2.
He's-
Right?
he's-
That is
Plus
amazing.
one.
Plus
That's
2 is
plus one.
amazing.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
you can get guidance from me too. So here you go. So come on, you can do it.
Wait.
You have no proficiency in persuasion, I guess.
I have plus 4.
You see, that's incredible, amazing. You know?
No. I
Yeah.
thought that Daphne has higher. That's the
No,
thing.
no.
Okay, persuasion.
How can you have
Daphne has higher
Wow.
higher persuasion. That would be crazy.
My
If it's
Yeah, my
manipulation, I have better chances with Uki.
Yeah.
my
Presence, right?
persuasion.
Presence. With
Yeah,
guidance.
you have an advantage.
Ooh.
Yep.
Right. Not 20.
Not 20, not
Persuasion.
20.
Pretty good.
Ah.
And then a d4.
That's a
23.
illusion of choice.
There doesn't seem to be much confusion passing behind the eyes of the forest folk. As she turns her head towards Stars again and speaks with that same intensity, like her voice like booms across within these walls with like intense emotion. Once, the people of the forest were pure in our worship of the ancient land. But then they came, who we thought were the first converters, who turned out to be the false listeners, who named later on the Night Apostles. They were, together with the arrival of the Bloodsuckers and all the war that they brought to our land. When one stood victorious, they came to us, pretended that they wanted to understand us and become us. And we wanted to clear their head of the pestilence that has taken root there. Instead, they changed us. Changed our history, our traditions, and it didn't help with all of these quiet ones being born as of late. Nikna told me the way, the old way, the true way, the one that Rin is trying to erase. Balgir and Orn are so misguided. Well, there's not much between the eyes of Orn, but Balgir's scheming. Rin came with a proposition that we could become this bloodsuckers, chosen people, like the ones that look like you, the ones with the horns. And then she promised that we could then leave the wall of fog and be free. But me and Niknat knew that it wasn't good. It was a snake's promise. My people on their hand is blinded by Balgir's ambitions. And Rin's claws have sunk too deep. She straightens her back. I will not become that bloodsucker's follower. Never.
Okay, that's some
Well,
good information.
Indeed, it is.
So we still don't know what their goal is, or why they are going up here, and we don't know if Rin is with this tree or not.
Daphne will show like just like a generic big tree, and Rin next to it, and with a very questioning looks on her face.
Yeah, I'll do like the thumbs up or thumbs down kind of movement.
Make me another persuasion process with advantage. From Daphne.
Okay. If I fuck this up, I would be very embarrassed.
You can guide yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, it's kind of good that I can't roll, you know? Kind of has its positive sides.
That's a 20.
20.
Very dirty 20.
Let's go.
She doesn't get it at first. Takes some time. Like a couple seconds of like reusing these gestures. There's like a look of recollection on her face. Ah. Yes.
Yes.
He's with.
The cold, false listener have brought pestilence into the head of the people of the forest. When she wants to begin with upgrading her dwellings from the caves of the souths to this. And
Sorry.
to this. As she says that, she then gathers saliva in her mouth and she spits on the ground.
I didn't quite understand. She wants to upgrade. But sorry. I didn't quite.
She said that the cold false listener wants to upgrade her sudden dwellings to this.
Okay.
Oh, to like the to crest, essentially.
And she ended it with spitting on the ground.
And also, like, can we pick up like names that when she's naming, so we can maybe just refer by names? Like, is she using Rin, or is she just using like false listener?
She interposes Rin and false listener. She even threw in there cold for the false listener.
Okay, just like in a way that I know that she knows names, so that's good. And we can go like by names also.
Yes, so as Starks repeats these names, because names are names, right? In any language. So Nukna, Balgir, or in Rin for sure is the same. The false listener or the cold fast listener is more of an epithet.
Yeah.
That she wouldn't understand if she used those terms.
Yeah. But I think she said, like, if she said like Rin the false listener or something, so maybe we can like retrace what the words she's using. But it's fine. Anyway,
I think by now, since she has used these words interchangeably, you can probably safely assume that, yes.
Okay.
Since she said Rin, false listener, later false night apostle, as they're like to be called now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's not necessarily Sudania. It's just Rin. Just Rin.
Can I with that also show like Stradania and the tree? And yeah, it's the same thing but replace Rin with Stradania.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So do I have to roll for it because
No,
it's the
I
same
think,
thing?
I think with this she understands where you're getting at. And
Yeah.
Hula, oh fuck. The Goliath!
Ah, should ask her name.
The female Goliath. Fuck, I do this to myself all the time. Shakes her head slowly and she says, from time to time we have seen the bloodsucker, the chief bloodsucker, parley with Rin. They came when it was made, before I could escape. We had failed. I tried to take the power from Orn and Balgir, but we failed.
Just look at the group. We seem to have a lot of like overthrown leaders on our hands. We still have that one werewolf guy.
She continues talking over you again to Sarex. The chief bloodsucker wanted a treasure hidden by the grape growers of the north. Balgir
Probably.
didn't get it. And the bloodsucker was not too happy. Asked for a final proof of loyalty. And that's why my kin is marching here. Ready to lose their lives against the stone pestilence this deceased people have built.
Okay. I think that... Is it the Raven statue?
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, right. And I think that also reminds me that Crest also have some important strategic values as well as some... Would the pool count? Look at the party.
I mean,
She
think
knows about the existence of it.
yeah, she sent me here. But either way, it seems more like she just wants a proof of loyalty. She's not too invested, which is good.
Yeah.
And she seems very invested with getting this Raven statue. Which is unfortunate because the friends that we hoped we would have had at the Blue Water Inn are here. So they can't support the Martikovs. And look over to Ezzy and Richten. You know the Martikovs owned the vineyard, right? Not sure if you put it together yet.
During my time inside of the Blue Water Inn Tavern, I've overheard Danica and Irvin talking to each other, and I learned that Irvin has some familial connections to the vineyard in the west, but I do not know much about it. What's important?
Yeah,
then
well,
I guess-
Irvin
Yeah,
and might also be in trouble now, as he is part of those people that have something Sudania wants. And
Did you tell Richten of
no, we have
No.
never checked that the Raven existed.
no?
Yeah.
Because I think Richten also
Yeah,
told
we
me,
like
be
pretended I'm like
careful with what you tell me.
yeah, it was like I remember. No, was it with him Richten as well? No, maybe, but yeah, we'd have not told him for sure.
Told him or not told him?
No, we have not told
Oh,
him.
we not told him. All right.
Yes, on 100% not told him. I mean, he doesn't even know. I think that I'm like the love interest of Srajanya.
Yeah, I did not tell Rickon.
I think he knows that you have a
It's-
special
Yeah.
relationship with her.
There's
that-
something there,
something there.
and we never answered anything
No,
there.
yeah.
See, I didn't rat you out, Leo.
Yeah.
Rickton turns to look at all of you, and he says, I know that there are details here that I do not know, and I do not know if it's good for me to know or not as of yet. But seeing how it is, I will have to trust. And as you look on his face, it's a little bit painful. I will have to trust your discretion. There are many terms here thrown around I do not understand their meaning in the bigger picture. So, you tell me. What is worth fighting for?
From your perspective, it's probably protecting the Maticos and not giving over the object. Not letting Stradania get hands on it. I mean, that's what Stradania wants. But, it's quite far away from here now, Velaki. We were hoping that you guys were still there, so we could send you some information and have you help there.
Yeah, sadly, we were already on our way. I mean, we got really
Nice.
into the standing stones. They're spooky.
Yeah, and that's also something very interesting, I have to say. Something we can tell, or we should tell, I think, is that this
Ooh!
place.
We learned that the forest folk has a connection to it, and that spurred us all to, to come this way because we were gonna be able to just heal and ask about it. So, Daphne, can we ask about it? Can you use your illusion?
I mean,
What is so important about the standing stones?
Yeah, just a picture of the standing stones, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Sure. And just create picture. Standing stones.
yeah, I'll help Soul this time, so you can roll.
Alright.
Oh.
Make me a persuasion presence.
Persuasion.
Here's your
presence.
guidance.
Persuasion. With advantage.
Yeah, since you're
Yeah.
doing it together.
Advantage.
Persuasion.
Roll again. There we go.
Woof!
26.
26.
26.
Damn. She scowls heavily, and it's clear this hits a bit of a sore spot, Starks. They're sacred to my people. What do you want with them?
And maybe then if she see Styrex tells us that, then I'll be like, can you just make Rin like do stuff about it, starts to look
Like-
at it and touch it and stuff. So we're trying to showcase that Rin might wanting to do something with it.
Sure.
Like that
Make
she's
a
messing
picture
with it.
Rin next to it. I guess.
Rin standing above the standing stones, waving her hands, or in
Uh,
magic comes
No,
out.
no,
or
it's
what?
it's essentially you think a still image of Rin, and just Daphne just kind of move it over and over at the standing stone, like the cardboard cutout. Yeah, yeah, just moving all over the standing stone.
Maybe she touching it or messing with it, or maybe with prestidigitation we can do some magic.
Currently, the Goliath looks at this illusion with some confusion. With the description.
It has to be
Can I make
creative.
like just an image of like a devil being held, like just in the standing stone with like chains over him or something?
I'm doing the standing soul, so I'll do that.
And
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
I think we're not sure that because they're talking about something elemental beneath the thin dish, so we have to be careful with what we think is true. But yeah, we can try that. But
Maybe
you know,
it could be just like something evil within, like a
yeah,
something
like a
menacing.
devil.
Yeah.
All right, you
Or
show
just a
this,
smoke
and
with-
she takes a
yeah.
step towards you, Saul and Daphne, pretty threatening. And she immediately calls out, "What is that? What are you doing? What are you planning?"
Quick,
Um,
draw, get Rin
Make
the
Rin.
image.
Yeah, make Rin doing that. I think with Rin, I'll also make Morgantha and what's the other
maybe
one?
Babilisaga,
Babilisaga.
Baba Lizaga.
and maybe have them all in like a casting position, like they're doing some
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
magic to this thing.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, make me a persuasion presence with advantage.
Okay.
We are
I got
making a cinema here.
I got you. I'll give you. I'll throw you inspiration as well, since I'm helping.
Thank you. Yeah, we are. We can run like a pretty successful like puppet show, you know.
I know. I need to talk to
fuck.
the storyteller.
Well, you better roll better.
Never
Second
mind.
time.
Wait.
Still get a plus 12 here. Nope. Still get a plus 7 here.
As an 8.
That's bad.
Oh, that plus.
It was too much. We are doing too many illusions.
Yeah, I think I tried to create like Morgantha, Rin,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Baba Lisaga, but it actually just three like
Figure sticks.
unknown, like figure sticks. Yeah.
She looks between all of you in the room and says, "I don't know what kind of creature that is. What are you trying to show me? You don't have much time. I told you to leave."
Can I just point
Sarah's like that not.
because you said name is like kind of universal, right? Can I point at the Sigafix and say Rin, Morgantha, Baba Lisaga?
What about the false listeners?
The Sarah's will point at the three figure sticks and then at the stones.
All right, Sarex, make me a persuasion presence.
Our guidance.
You kind of busy with the illusions right now.
Fine.
Am I still in my role as
I here to save the day. I only need to point.
Thank you, Styron.
What the fuck is this, man?
Jesus.
Don't
Well,
worry. Don't worry. In combat, I'm gonna roll once.
You won't.
And damage.
You know that.
If Daphne has a bad day, Starx shines. If Starx has a bad day, Daphne shines.
Man.
So wait. So how did you show this, Nia?
Pretty much it was Starbucks pointing at the three figure sticks, saying the names like Rain, Babalisaga, Morgantha, and then pointing at the stones, and then doing like this shrug, like trying to understand why.
She it's clear that she understands your question, but she hesitates. She looks back to the two like male Goliaths that are at her back, and sinks her hand deep into the white fur of the dire wolf that is sitting beside her, trying to like seek some kind of comfort or strength or something. And she looks to them and looks down on the ground, looks to the wolf, and there's a hiss that goes between her teeth. Does it matter anymore? When the eve of the destruction of my people is upon us.
We nod. And then like a please with the hands.
They told us that they deepened the connection with the ancient land and us. That through them and their connection, their binding of the ancient land, we would grow more powerful and closer to them in the process. That they were the chosen of the ancient land, but that was not the truth. No, they warped that truth a long time ago. Thankfully, Nikva was there too. Until the years of lies that have been woven in my head. They have removed the ancient land from us. Our protectors. Our gods. They have taken them and bound them. And now, that power only answers to them.
Okay. Third player emerges.
This is some new info.
She takes a
What
step
if we-
forward and she looks at all of you with an intensity and she says, Nikna isn't here to explain, and I'm really good at this, but she received a vision from the Wanderer a long time ago. If we stand together against Rin, who deserves to face her crimes against the people of the forest, of all her years of deception, we must preserve her body and bring it to the Wanderer's Circle to undo this. There's something else. Nikna said there were some other things needed. Body parts of all the false listeners, but I don't remember what. We need to take her body and we need to visit the Wanderer's Circle. We need to free them. I need to free them in her name.
I'm gonna give like a big nod. A triple nod.
Styrax follows along with the nod.
No, it's
Daphne
all-
try to show
I-
the picture of all of them, like fighting Rin. Like standing together.
A small smile starts to creep
And
over Richton's face.
Styrax will actually offer her hand, like trying to be a handshake.
She looks at you again with this distrust, like looking all over your exterior. And then she bites her cheek and shakes her hand. And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse of the Torment.
Wait, I wanted to, one more thing.
Go.
Oh,
I just wanna like introduce all our names. Like I'll show to myself and say Leo, and show to Styrex, say Styrex, to Soul, say Soul, and to Daphne, say Daphne, and then like gesture to her.
alright. And we would truly end the episode with her introducing herself as Hula.
Nah.
How?
New allies.